Guys, Captain Joe here with Island Marine Charters and Fish Bump TV. Welcome back to the channel. Got another episode coming y'all's way. We have been doing glass work galore. You can see we've got all the gunnels glassed and wrapped over. Most of the fairing and body work done on the interior. Last night we actually worked on getting the glass done here on the transom. Looking forward. Y'all can see my brother Marky Marks back there in the background. He's been helping every day lately. But we went ahead and wrapped this transom and this splash wheel and kind of tied everything together. This boat's not going to have that little chinky plastic cap over the back end. We went ahead and just wrapped the glass. And being that this is a rolled gunnel boat, we've got a unfinished edge here. The gunnels kind of roll over, and when we glass, this all kind of captured everything. But you can see that black magic marker mark, and that is where we are going to trim these edges. So what we're using for that today, y'all, is going to be a diamond. This is a Bower. That's a 4.5 inch. That's like a diamond, like a masonry cutoff wheel, and that's on a little high speed. You guys know I love that little high speed Bosch. Man, that is a beautiful sight. It's about 5 o'clock, almost quitting time, but we have been sanding and grinding all day. You guys can see the trimmings out there laying in the yard. That was right here, this overhang on our rolled gunnel. And then we have spent the rest of the day sanding and grinding and shaping and contouring all the way around the perimeter to blend everything in. This is all part of the prep. Get ready for gel coat. We have sanded. We've probably made a 5-gallon bucket full, but it's all starting to blend and look like one piece. Last night we got the transom all glassed in. This was the last of the heavy glass. We got just a few. You can see here, y'all, we rolled this glass over and blended it into, so we're not gonna have any exposed material. You don't have to rely on one of those little pieces of plastic edge trim. We went ahead and wrapped the glass. It's gonna make it crazy, crazy tough. And today we wore out this little Bosch high-speed grinder. That little joker has been really tough. In the past, I've used other brands and they've all been pretty decent, but we've been grinding for like 2 hours with that one, and it doesn't get hot, hasn't given us any issues at all. And we're using a 5-inch. That is a 24 grit, real heavy grit disc for taking this raw glass, because this laminating glass is pretty sticky and you're going to want to use something pretty aggressive. But I think I see gel coat, interior gel coat, in our near future. Now I got another little trick I want to show y'all. Now yesterday you can see here that we have sanded and smoothed out all the fiberglass, and this morning I kind of blew it off with the air nozzle. But I want to wipe it down. We're fixing to put some body filler on it, and I'm using some acetone. And you're like, well, heck, that's a Gatorade bottle. Exactly. It's a Gatorade bottle with a little hole drilled in the top. And it makes wiping down surfaces. And actually, my brother Mark showed me this trick. So what we want to do is we've blown this off, and we're prepping it for body filler. Y'all check this out, how easy it is to wipe down or wet down an area. And so, for example, if I want to wipe this rail, Y'all see how easy that is for me to just wet out in front of the cloth, and then we're going back again. So much easier than trying to constantly re-wet the rag. What'll happen is the fiberglass will get sticky and it'll cause little fibers to come out of the cloth. But that's the way to do it, guys. Now this is also great. Now obviously you're gonna wanna wear a respirator mask when you're dealing with acetone. I don't wear one when we're taping because you can't hear me. But sometimes you get a little something on your hand. It's also a great way to rinse your hands off without using a ton of acetone. So that's a great little trick. Gatorade bottle, Pepsi, root beer, it doesn't matter. Drill a little hole in top. That's a perfect little fiberglass hack for you guys want to do some stuff, do some fiberglass work at home. Check it out, everybody. We are fairing out this fiberglass. We're using some of the Napa. That's the short strand. And I want to show you guys, I don't think I've done a whole lot of fairing so far on the channel. And fairing is basically just kind of a boat terminology for doing body work. And what we're doing is we're getting a scoop on there, and I'm using a flexible, just a little flexible putty blade. That one has been kind of cut down from a larger one. And we've already done these rails right there. You can see we've got quite a bit of filler in there, and we are just working our way up the bow. All right, Logan, I'm gonna go back toward the stern now. Y'all see how I'm just applying a little bit of material at a time and then kind of dragging it out. Kind of a good idea to get material everywhere you're going to be filling if you can. Get it approximately the right thickness and then come back and shape it a little bit. We're not doing a real heavy coat here this time. We're kind of what I call skimming this material on. But it's going to be like an army green. This is a really good feeling to get this putty on here though. Alright, Logan, back up just a little bit and give me just an overview, because I'm going to be going back and forth, kind of blending. So y'all can see I'm kind of just dragging this out. Come over here toward the front, Logan. There you go. It's a pretty big batch of material. You gotta move along at a pretty good clip, or else it'll want to kick on you, or cure. Sometimes we say kick. That means it's curing off on you. And I'm using a smaller blade right now just to get it spread out and mixed, and then we'll come back with a wider blade. It's okay to leave a little bit of excess on these corners. We'll come back with a fairing block, and we're gonna shape all this really nice and get it ready for a finish coat. Prior to putting the body filler on, we sanded this surface with a pretty aggressive grinder, and then blew all the dust and wiped everything down really well. And then we wiped it down with some acetone, and then we hit it with a heat gun. That's all your prep work. You want to be sure the surface is dry and clean. There's no moisture there. We got perfect temperatures today. We're kind of hovering right there in the 70s, which is ideal. In my opinion, it's not too hot, not too cold. All right, so y'all can see used up the bulk of that material. Now we're switching to a wider blade. I've kind of radiused the edges on this one. I feel like that does a little better job, and now I can come back and make a smooth pull. Look how nice that looks, Logan. Really fares that in nice. All right, I'm gonna go back this way. Watch right up underneath the blade. You can see it. Zoom in right there on that side. You can really see it laying that material down. Smooth and steady. Sometimes you'll get little imperfections. Don't panic if that happens. Just about always going to get some. We've got a couple little spots. See, like even right there. Now there's a couple ways you can handle that. You could just leave it be and then come back and touch it up later, or you can. What caused that is there's a couple little chunks of something in there, and I'm going to take those out. That doesn't happen anymore. I'm going to put a little more material there. Just kind of smooth it over. Alright. And it's better just to leave it proud on the corners. If you look, you can see there's some extra. It's a little bit ragged on the edges, but that is okay. And what we're going to do now, y'all, is just use our two blades to kind of clean up. You always want to be sure you get your putty board cleaned up before the material kicks off. I usually, again, like to use one small blade and then one larger blade. All right, look at that. We can come over here and look down the edge. You can really see, y'all can see it going from raw glass to really shaping up. All right, come over here there, Logan. All right, y'all, I'm gonna clean up my putty blades. I'll show you what I do, how I do it. I'm gonna just take that excess material. It's already kind of starting to thicken up, so I don't wanna try to put that on anything. I'm just gonna take it off of there. And then I got my good old trusty acetone bucket. Just use a 3-inch bristle brush. Of course, you need to be wearing gloves. Not a bad idea to wear a respirator or mask. And brush that one off nice and clean. And then that little trick I showed you guys earlier, you can kind of use some of this clean acetone in that little squirt bottle. Just kind of get the sticky off of there. All right, y'all, that's how we do. Got about a full day left, about another gallon of spread. If you guys are doing fairing and body work, that's how we would do it. Check this out, crew. Mark, show them what you got in your hand. You know what that is?
This is the last piece.
That is the last piece of fiberglass.
On the actual boat.
On the actual boat. That's not the hatches. We still got to finish the hatch. But talk about a happy day. We have been working all day to get these are what we call toe rails or toe kicks to kind of help keep you from sliding off the deck. But to be to the point where we are rolling down the last structural glass. Now we still have some fairing and gel coat to do, but y'all, I'm about ready to do a happy dance. I don't even know what to do with myself. Huh, yeah, Mark?
I know.
We're ready to go home. We're tired, but last glass going down, more fairing and shaping. Cameraman Logan, do you want to do a walk around, show everybody what we've been working on, all the fairing and the shaping and the body work? Really coming together. Got the edges trimmed. Show them those rails up front there, Logan. All right, crew, this may be the end of this episode. You guys, you know how much we appreciate y'all guys watching the channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, like, share, comment, tell a friend. We want to do more of this kind of stuff. With y'all's help, we can grow this channel. Captain Joe here with Island Marine Charters and Fish Bump TV here on YouTube. We'll catch you guys next time out.